Hi, I'm Tiffany, and welcome to another Mindful Monday. I'm so glad you could join me today. Everyday life can get crazy, and let's face it, we feel overwhelmed at times. We experience difficulty controlling our worry, and sometimes we tend to expect the worst, even when there is no apparent reason for concern. We can experience these feelings outwardly, demonstrating irritability, anger, or apathy, which is a lack of interest in anything, including our own feelings. Or we carry it within our bodies, which results in tension, tightness in our chest, or even the heart rate speeding up. A lot of times, the smallest sudden sound or request can send us through the roof. We have all experienced these in varying degrees. I'm talking about stress and anxiety. It seems like stress and anxiety have increased due to the current events, and this has increased stress at work, new stressors from online or homeschooling, family stress, financial stress, relationship stress, trauma and trauma reminders, and so many more stressors. And unfortunately, we cannot avoid stressful experiences. But mindfulness helps us manage stress more skillfully while keeping in mind that the key element is to become aware of the stressor or the worry. Our five senses can be a powerful tool in providing some space between what happens and our reaction, which can lead to us being less reactive to stressors and more free. So, the first sense that I want to talk to you about is our breathing, which involves a sense of smell as well, because, a lot of times when we breathe in, we smell things. So I want to share with you the 478 method, and this is a really simple method that helps your mind and body focus on regulating your breath rather than replaying the worries in your mind. It also helps calm the nerves and to slow a racing heart, and it can be used anytime and anywhere. So the first thing I want you to do is exhale completely through your mouth and let all of that air out. Next, I want you to inhale through your nose for 4 counts. Now hold that breath for 7 counts. And exhale through your mouth for 8 counts. Let's try that for a couple of breaths. We're going to inhale through the nose for 4, hold it for 7, and exhale through the mouth for 8. Here we go. Inhale, hold, and exhale. Inhale, hold, and exhale. If you do this for about 4 breaths, it will help focus your mind and help you to relax. Our sight is another great tool for refocusing the mind and distracting it from our worries and our anxiety. There are a couple things that we can do to do this. So one of them is to find as many things in your line of sight that are of similar color and count them. You can even challenge yourself to find colors in the order of the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Or you can play a memorization game in which you paint a picture in your mind of whatever you see in your line of sight. And you're going to paint a picture as if you're going to describe it to someone in the future. So you want to notice all the details. Another thing that you can do using your sight is to look at the scene as if you're looking through a camera. Concentrate on the space between things, not the actual things, or maybe even the order of things, or change the light through the frame. And eventually your mind will be distracted because you'll be focused on the details or the space in between things. Our sense of hearing is another great thing that we can use. Sound is a wonderful tool for mindfulness when we pay attention to the hum that silence has, or when we use sound to anchor us to the present moment by simply noticing the soundscape around us. We don't have to interpret the sound or identify what it is or what is making the sound. Just observe it and let it be what it is. To calm your anxiety, focus on the sounds around you and notice the patterns or the rhythms of the scene. Sometimes listening to music and not really paying attention to the lyrics, but just listening to the music and feeling the beat and the rhythm can help distract our minds as well. Our sense of taste can slow down our thoughts and refocus them. And this is where mindful eating comes into play. So when you take a drink or a bite of something, don't swallow it right away. Feel the texture or the taste in your mouth and don't swallow it right away. Take time to savor it. Is it rough or smooth? Is it hot or cold? When you've observed these things, swallow it slowly and feel it moving down your throat. Can you still taste it? Repeat this several times, and your mind will instantly be refocused on your food, and you'll actually discover that food actually tastes better when you're doing a little bit of mindful eating. Our sense of touch is great to use when you are feeling worried or even a bit anxious. When you feel yourself getting this way, just stop in your tracks and pay attention to your sensation of touch. You can start at your feet. If you're barefoot, notice how the ground feels on your soles. If you have socks or shoes on, wiggle your toes. And notice how you can draw your attention to each of them as they touch the fabric. Move up to your legs and notice how the fabric or the air feels on your legs. Next, notice if you're sitting down, how the chair feels. Make sure that you are also checking your posture. Feel the contact between your body and the ground or your chair. If you are on the couch or a chair or even on your bed, feel the texture of the fabrics around you. Are they soft or rough, cool or smooth? And notice the warmth or the coolness from the air around you. Is it breezy or still? And while you're doing this, breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Relax your muscles, unclench your jaw, and just sit and just be in the present moment. Not worrying about the past or being anxious about the future. Just being in the here and now and noticing the things around you. When you find yourself in the throes of an overwhelming emotion, it can swallow you completely. Mindfulness practice helps you notice when this happens. When you do notice you are feeling overwhelmed, you can use this next exercise to bring yourself back to the here and now. And it just takes a few minutes and it extends an invitation to be present. So, leaving your eyes open, notice 5 things you can see. You can say them out loud or just in your mind. And with each of the 5 sights, pause to take them in completely, noticing their details. Next, notice 4 things that you can feel in the body. Note them out loud or in your head and rest your attention with each sensation for a few deep breaths. Now name 3 things you can hear. Try to choose 3 different sounds, not the same noise 3 times. And then note 2 things you can smell. If you can't seem to smell 2 things in this moment, feel free to move somewhere to smell something more closely. And finally, find 1 thing you can taste. It may be the leftover taste of a meal, your toothpaste, or just your breath. But if you can't connect with one in the moment, note a taste you enjoy in general and just focus on that. Anytime you feel overwhelmed, you can go back to this and use it to refocus your mind and to reset. So I hope that these skills using your 5 senses can help you get through your week. Go ahead and try practicing them this week whenever you feel anxious or worried about something and you need to distract your mind. I hope you have a great week and thank you for joining me. Namaste.